only limitation is, as I mentioned kind of earlier, the more you slice, the smaller the data set, and so the fewer insights you get, basically. So yes, you can do that. Yes, something basic like red versus other red, you'll be able to know that confidently. But yeah, for example, you'd be unlikely, regardless of the size, or if we're looking at an industry, we have a dozen companies or more. That's a lot of data, so you can get a lot of detail. But like it depends on how many companies are in the data, how many images or videos are in the data set, things like that. But in a kind of standard example, the more you're slicing, the less granular our creative recommendations can be. So it's kind of like a sliding scale. If you really want to go deep and figure out exactly the nuances of this color plus this mug plus this camera thing, each one of those slices the data tighter. If you want to go that deep, you end up probably wanting to go broader in the data set. How many companies we're looking at, right? Versus if you really want to know, this group of women versus this group of women, it'd be easier if you kept it to color, for example. This is one thing, or mugs or no mugs, right? Like, or beans or no beans, or camera angle only, right? And then you'd have be more likely to have really confident data about that. It's when you combine them both that Cortex will have seen only a few examples, probably even in human history, or the past 5 years of that industry posting in that way. So it would have less to go on. It still might make a recommendation. Cortex does tell you how confident it is. So actually you can kind of like pick how confident you want to hear. You can say, I just want to hear the things it's like sure about. Or you can say, like, give me the things it's not so sure about, let me decide, or run a test or something. And it's kind of up to you. But so Cortex might have a few data points and say, data looks like it's like this, but we're at medium confidence, we're not sure. And so that's how our kind of like really good users use us. They'll kind of think about stuff as like tried and true. This is true. This is proven already. It's almost like it's like running science experiments for you, right? It's like this is proven because we have a lot of data backing it up, and this is stuff that we did one study that claimed that carbohydrates cause cancer or something, right? But we're not really sure about that, right? And it's the same kind of a concept where it's like you can then go delving into the new studies and run some studies of your own, or make Cortex look there harder and get more confident. Or you can, but Cortex kind of gives you that option.